That's where my mom and dad are buried.
Oh, okay.
All right. Very good.
I am working on
There's so much I could say about you. Just limited.
tell them to buy the book. I'm writing a book.
Are you really?
I really am. You know Mary Ann Franklin?
Yeah.
She does a lot of David's books with me. She's writing with me. And the working title on the book is called How to Eat a Failure Sandwich.
How do you what? Failure sandwich?
How to Eat a Failure Sandwich. And 10 of 11 chapters.
Wow.
You need a
Yeah, you want probably a spoon.
So, failure sandwich. Failures in the middle with 2 successes on either side.
Got it. You got it. Hey, back here.
Young man over here, right here, right here.
Oh, right here?
He's going to transition between the two. So he'll start the video,
Yep.
he'll run into it, whatever. He'll come up, minimize that, maximize the other.
Damn, thank you, Dave. Appreciate you, buddy.
We got church tonight.
I don't know if we're going to make it.
I think we're good. Yeah.
I've got, you're going to be doing a real long video for newborn. Try to knock it out tonight. Give it to me today. Any chance we can do this tonight?
Bill went straight to
Hey, hey, bud. No, I've already.
Okay.
We've grown this club into the largest club in Tyler, second largest, I guess, in all of East Texas.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And it grew from about 60 to over 100 in just a few years.
Right.
But we don't have the attendance these days
Right.
because, but you are on, as I
Yeah.
probably told you, you are on TV.
Yeah. Coming in, they just put comments and say, hey, we're here. And every once in a while, they do ask questions. And
I'm fine. I'm going to try to leave plenty of time for questions.
Right?
You always want to come say hello.
How you doing, man?
Chris Ivy.
Yeah, Chris.
How are you?
I'm well. Good to see you.
It's ironic. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to learn from you anyways.
Well, sort of kind of.
Yeah, all right. Good
Thanks
deal.
for reaching out.
Yeah, no problem.
yeah.
You're going to come say hello.
Hi, Chris. Good to see you.
Oh, how are you?
Got your application. Thank you.
Okay. All right, perfect.
We've got a good group of people here. We've got a couple of city councilmen, city mayors in here. He normally does. He comes most of the time. You know, Jared.
Who?
Jared Kent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know Bill Coates. A lot of people know me.
So I was president of our trade organization in Dallas for 2 years. So everybody knew me, and I didn't know him. Sorry, because he could come up all the time. So,
Yeah. Bobby, hey, you. Yeah. Bobby and I got a thing worked out. Hey.
I'll be sitting back in the Hector section.
Please do.
hey, Claude.
See you, Claude.
Here you, buddy.
John Stein.
Good to see you.
Well, when I saw you on the program, I want to come here with Kevin Stein.
Tell me what it's going to be.
Oh, it'll be great.
We'll find out.
I'm kind of looking forward to getting that thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Going to be updates on certain things going on.
You been on your back? You on your back again?
We got out. I got out a couple of times. Just short things. Bob and I went out the weekend before and rode. We did about 1900 miles.
Do you ride Claude?
Bicycle.
A bicycle.
He gets the exercise. I just get away with it.
Great time to get to do it.
Amen. Good to see you, Bob.
I love that Geico motorcycle commercial on TV where the guy's motorcycle on the treadmill.
Yes.
I had a conversation with Mike Parks week before last.
Good.
And I was asking him how we going to do Christmas this year. And he kind of explained it. And I said, you know, I was thinking about coming back. I'm not, because I don't want to take somebody's place because we're limited in the number of people who see. He said, yeah, amen. I don't get
Well,
I'll be back. I just don't know.
I've been practicing. We've been practicing Christmas stuff for that long. Yeah, can you tell you how we're doing practice? Out in the auditorium.
Yeah, I knew that.
Way spread apart.
I've seen it on video.
Yeah, this is like last week we had like 180.
You know, I've been in the choir off and on at Green Acres for 30 years. But I stay for a while and then leave for a while. Just come back and sing for a while. And it's kind of the way I've left this twice at Reach Hall. Several years later.
What's up with that?
Just get burned out. Or something else just happens that takes your time away or your attention away.
You know, I get this troop read in my mom's office, and I get 2 texts the day that they're going to come. One early in the morning, hey, your troop reading guy's going to come. Then one from, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'll be at your house. Then I got a phone call, hey, Mr. Burke, I'm going to be at your house. I said, yeah, I got
Communications.
Yeah.
It's prevalent.
What
What do you think is going to happen in the election?
I like when it says, but no matter what, tomorrow I'm still American. I'm still a Christian.
Absolutely.
God is still on his throne.
God's still on this throne.
You will hear whoever is in power.
He may not use it when you want to.
Yes. Exactly correct, John. I get concerned for the Senate, potential Senate flip.
Yeah. Because they can do a lot more damage than the rest.
Very happy with that. Supreme Court now.
They've got a big election party. You know, Chuck Cox.
I do know. Hey, Tom, good to see you again. Thank you.
Chuck and Kathy Cox. They're having an election party at their house. They're supposed to bring something to eat that starts with a T and something to drink that starts with a T. So we're taking tamales and tacos.
Okay.
Nancy's going to drink Tecate.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I couldn't find a bourbon, but it started with a T. Have a Tennessee whiskey. I don't think so. Never heard of it.
Nick, would you mind leading us in the invitation?
Never heard of it.
Nick, would you mind leading us in the invitation, please?
Yes, everyone will join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come together in fellowship. We thank you for the opportunity to participate in Mission Rotary. We thank you for the food. We ask that you let it nourish our bodies, that you bless the hands that prepare it. And today we pray for our country. We thank you for the opportunity to live in a free and open society, in a country where we are allowed to participate in the democratic process. We pray for our neighbors in need. We pray for the wisdom to understand that the true measure of success is whether we seize the opportunity to make a difference in this world. These are our own intentions, we pray in your name.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bursting in air. On high, our light was still there. Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Just want to introduce her and Ellie's. I have two guys here that have us to report. Kelly Williams, Realtor, Kelly Williams, intern, excuse me, Chris I, Edward Jones. Yes, welcome them. We've been sending applications. Thank you guys. Excited to have them on. And then we have, the member that is joining today. Lisa High. Lisa High, so she'll be elected today. And that's it.
You want to introduce our visiting Rotarians at the table right
Yes,
now?
and we have a table of visiting Rotarians.
And Jones,
Stephen Nesbitt, Tom Summons.
Guys, there's another one here. Where's yours? Yes, sir.
Perfect. We welcome all of our visiting Rotarians. Would you actually coordinate in the mic to Bill Coates for our sports moment, please?
do busy people, working.
Nope.
There's a little red light on up here.
About now.
There you go.
Hey, some Michigan football games this weekend. The Cowboys are much worse than the other. But if you're a Cowboy fan, in my opinion, you should be rooting for them to lose, because if they were to lose enough, they would get the number one pick in the draft. And number one pick this year is a kid from Clemson named Trevor Lawrence, a quarterback. You know, he's supposedly a generational player, so if the Cowboys were to be that bad, then they would have a lot of options. The NFL's league is set up where bad teams can get good pretty quickly based on injuries, luck, and different things like that. So, your Cowboy fan, don't give up like that. So, your Cowboy fan, don't give up. Bad teams can get good pretty quickly based on injuries, luck, and different things like that. So, your Cowboy fan, don't give up on the future. But they played an entertaining game at Oklahoma State on Saturday and won the game in overtime. But again, the bigger picture down there, as it always is in Texas, is they're not winning enough. Texas fans are a very entitled bunch, which I'm one of them. And there's no reason for them to believe that they can leave, because they haven't been in over a decade. But based on history, they always think they deserve to win every game. So when they don't, you know, the coach's heads roll, and the current guy on the line is Tom Herman, who's in his fourth year there. And for a variety of reasons, Herman's butt is on the hot seat there, not only not winning enough, but this Isaac Texas controversy has been swirling around the University of Texas program. There were rumors that if he had not won at Oklahoma State on Saturday, he might be the coach today. We think politics is tough. We don't try coaching college football at that level. So there were a lot of those who believe that had he lost ugly on Saturday at Oklahoma State, replaced Willie won, so he gets the coaching of the week. But that drama, you know, when those guys get to the point they're making $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year, some of these coaches are now, they expect you to win. If you don't, too bad. Love you. See you later. Thanks.
All right, gonna let Lady get signed in, and if you guys remember correctly, last week for our raffle, we didn't have the cards because Tom was off playing golf somewhere. So he's gonna draw first to see if he wins for last week. And he,
Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
6 of clubs did not, so we'll have another drawing this afternoon.
Okay.
Beth, if you wanna come on up, and also Seaborn, you wanna come up? You know, we're in November, which is Thanksgiving, which we're all thinking of family and turkeys and stuff like that. Well, these two folks are gonna talk to us about some Christmas stuff that's coming up. Beth, you wanna start?
All right, we have the Christmas parade coming up. It would be Saturday, December 5th. It's gonna be a little bit different this year because of all the restrictions. But in order to get the county and the city to agree to let the Rotary clubs of Tyler collectively host the parade this year, we're doing this a little bit differently. Instead of a Thursday night, it is gonna be Saturday morning. The parade will be a walk-through, drive-through parade. So all of the entrants will make their way down the route and be in place and be stationary. And then the residents of Tyler and surrounding, in order to see that parade, will drive or walk through. We're going to encourage them to be driving through. But this is where y'all come into play. We need a lot of volunteers. A big concern this year, obviously, when you have, instead of people still on the sidewalks, you have the parade still and you have the people moving. Concern is safety and making sure everyone is safe and that the cars that are driving through are in their area and the people that are walking through are not where the cars are driving through. So in order for this to happen this year, we really need Rotarians from all three clubs to step up and volunteer. So you think you're going to hear a lot from me when it comes time for spaghetti, you're really going to hear a lot from me. We're going to need probably 40 to 50 South Tyler Rotarians to step up and agree to volunteer that day. So I'm going to throw a sign-up sheet around today. We'll send some things in email. And I forget what time it's 10 a.m.
Well, it starts at 10, so probably 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So it's going to be, it's going to take up most of your Saturday. But that's a service of self-fulfillment. I know y'all are going to show up in a big way, so thank you in advance of that. And I will pass it to Steve.
Yep. Seaborn.
Howdy. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Seaborn Nesbitt. I'm a fellow Rotarian with the Tyler Sunrise Club. And it's that time of year for the Fat Man to come, but I'm not sure the Fat Man's going to show up with a coronavirus around here. So we've done this 16, 17 years. I don't think we're quite 20. But we buy the bicycles at a discount, we pay no tax on them, and we put them together. We have our put-together party, a modified put-together party on Saturday, December the 12th, 8:30 to 11. It doesn't take long for us. But it'll be modified in the fact that, again, on Saturday, December the 12th, 8:30 to 11. It doesn't take long for us. But it'll be modified in the fact that, again, to 10 volunteers for this club to participate and help put bikes together. The bikes are $65 this year, same as last year. We just need to support this. The need is always there. There's always kids that are needing a lot. So please keep the kids in your prayers. Keep Salvation Army in your prayers. Club and I are both on board, and they have not been able to do any fundraisers this year. And so the county drive that we're all going to be participating in is critical. It is really critical for us. So please, we'll keep them all in our prayers. But do need your support. I'm going to say one thing after Diane. Our bicycles are down, which really concerns me. The money you give today, next week, that becomes the seed money so that we can go buy bicycles. We have to buy them in advance. We can't wait till the 20th of December to buy them. Combination of the bikes went up $15 last year, and I think the fact that we just got a little lazy, our numbers are down. But we're gonna make 80 memories, lifetime memories this year. And hopefully next year we'll be back up to about 125, 150. So thank you all very much.
So yeah, if you're interested in making a donation for the bikes, it's $65 a bike. You can write the check out to Pollard United Methodist Church. And what we pay for this year, well, our donations this year go for bikes next year. So let's, yes,
How long would he have if the money?
Steve, how long?
United States.
We won't have us. We've got to get that next year. But so to answer your question, whenever it's convenient for you, but don't forget.
So next week.
Yes. Traditionally, we collect in November and December for the bikes, so if you're interested in making a donation, just bring a check. We'll turn it over to Seymour, and then he has a sign-up sheet for the 10 folks
Yes.
for our club.
So there's a sign-up sheet out there, like I said, and the reason we got 10, we got 10 from this club, 10 from Sunrise Club, we got South Creek, which is supporting us for the last 10, 15 years. We got 10 for them, and then we got 10 members of the church. So there's 40 people out there, and we've got, this will be spread out, so. Thank you.
So if you've never had a chance to participate in the bike build, it's one of my favorite projects. I'm personally not able to do it this year, which I think is actually good, because then that means somebody who's newer to our club might have an opportunity to do it. It is truly one of my favorite projects to do every year. So hopefully, if we get a lot of bikes paid for this year, next year we'll be able to have a good old time putting together our bikes. Okay, Jeff Johnson's not here, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this a little bit. We had the district conference over the weekend, and as part of the district conference, first of all, I want to thank those of you from our club who attended. I think we had about 8 people from our club there, so thank you for participating. The exciting news that came out of that is that South Tyler Rotary Club has achieved the 2019-2020 Rotary Presidential Citation Platinum level, which is the highest Rotary honor for a club. And I believe Tyler Rotary also accomplished that as well. It's awarded to a club which achieves a set number of pre-assigned goals in 2 categories: uniting people and taking action, like membership growth, retention, service projects, etc. Our club is only one of 5 clubs in the district to achieve the Platinum Award. So congratulations to President Jeff for his leadership, and to all of you folks for being members of our club and helping us accomplish this great thing. A couple of other quick things along those lines. The Rotary Foundation, we get recognized every year for our giving to the Rotary Foundation. There's one thing called Every Rotarian Every Year, E-Ray. We were recognized as one of 8 clubs in the district to receive the E-Ray distinction. That means all of our members in per capita, or all of our members contributed at least $25 to the Rotary Foundation. We were also a 100% club, meaning that all of our members, we had per capita at least $100 given per capita, and we were one of 9 clubs. And in Polio, we also were one of the 10 clubs that earned the distinction of giving $25 per capita to in Polio. So that was some great things that came out of the district conference. If I can have Lisa Hottie come up. Did I say that right, Lisa? Okay. I was stalling a little bit because I know that Colleen said that she was going to be coming, but she's not here yet, so we're going to go ahead and induct our newest member. This is Lisa Hottie. She works for IT. Iconic IT. She was a visitor back in June when we had one of our programs, and she got in touch with Colleen and decided she wanted to join our club. So we're going to be inducting her today, but then also we're going to put her in the spotlight into our member spotlight. So today we welcome to our Rotary family and admit to membership Lisa Hottie, who's been sponsored by Colleen Foley. You've been elected to membership of this club because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative of your vocation and also possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify in your public, business, social, and private life the true spirit of Rotary. Rotary is a service club with each member adhering to our motto, service above self. In addition to service, you will have the benefit of strong bonds and friendships, not only with the members of this club, but with Rotarians worldwide. You've seen examples of some of those folks in the room today. By virtue of your membership in this club, you will be welcomed in the fellowship of any Rotary club in the world. It is my privilege and honor to induct you as a member of the South Tyler Rotary Club. Since Colleen's not here, I will give you your pen. But for social distancing purposes, I'm not going to pen it on you. I'm going to take a picture. That's what we do.
That's not social.
All right, there we go. Okay. So, ladies, I'm going to put her on the spot and do this, our Rotary Spotlight. This is where we get an opportunity to meet new members. Come over this way. Is she on the camera or are you? We okay with that?
No. Send her up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Lisa, tell us, so what do you do at Iconic IT?
Yes, I'm Iconic IT, yes. I'm the Director of Client Relations, and so Colleen is one of my clients, and I keep our clients happy. I'm not very technical, but I'm a good liaison between our guys that are and normal people talk.
And how did you get into this as a career?
After I had my fourth child, I wanted to go back to work, and I just started looking and landed there. I was doing sales and marketing, and so I just kind of stumbled upon it.
Great. Well, you segued into family, so tell us a little bit about your family.
My husband and I have lived in Lindale for years, and we recently moved to Hideaway. We have 6 children, ages 8 to 17.
What type of hobbies do you guys have?
We like to be outside a lot, travel a lot, go to conventions a lot. We have lots of extracurricular activities with kids.
And what attracted you to Rotary? Why Rotary?
Well, our company really wanted to get out in the community more and more helpful, like a partnership with a lot of people, and just help others outside of what we actually do as our job. And so this is a good way to help our community.
Great. Well, everybody, congratulations to Lisa, and please welcome her to our club. Okay. Let's see. Just making certain. We introduced 2 visiting folks today, Chris Ivy and Kelly Williams. They both have submitted their applications for membership, so they're on their first postings. And Bill, I failed to do this when I introduced you a little while ago, but Bill Coates, as of yesterday, has 29 years service to Rotary. Get it? Yesterday was your birthday, and then Clint Henderson. So, are all of you receiving the bulletin this morning it came out at 5 o'clock in the morning instead of Sunday at 6. But new members, you'll start receiving this whenever you get officially inducted into the club. You can always visit our website. The bulletin talks about upcoming events and things that are happening, and it has birthdays and anniversaries, projects and events, as well as a listing of our speakers and some other information. So if you're not getting that, please let me know, me or Beth, and we'll make certain we get you set up on that. Are there any other announcements from the floor before I turn it over to our program for today? All right, seeing none, I'm going to turn it over to John Hart to introduce Bill Burks.
Thank you, Diane. Got a guy today. We continue our emphasis on entrepreneurship and small business. And we got a guy today, Phil Burks from the Genesis Group, who started out as a small business, but he's not anymore. He's going to a very large business. I call Phil my friend who's an entrepreneur extraordinaire because he started several businesses. He's continued to expand his business into other technologies, and he's done an amazing job in representing Tyler throughout the world. Bill graduated from LeTourneau University in 1974, where he's now a trustee. And after 4 years with Motorola, he started his own first business, Jessica Towers, in 1980. After 10 years, he took that same company and he sold the assets of the business to Motorola and has developed a relationship with Motorola and two-way communications through the Genesis Group ever since. In fact, he's probably one of Motorola's biggest vendors, I would say, nationwide. Genesis company has expanded into numerous other technologies and has built the company into one of the premier technology companies, not only in East Texas, but in the U.S. with operations all over the globe. One thing that's impressed me about Bill and Genesis, however, is that they're truly a faith-based organization, which gives back to many local and national entities. and causes through their Genesis Gives Back program. He also serves our community through many local organizations, including Green Acres Baptist Church and their choir, which I've had the privilege of serving with Phil for years. Please welcome my friend, Phil Brooks.
Thanks so much, John. Hey, it's great to be back with you folks again. This is, I don't know, the 5th or 6th time that I've spoken to different Rotary groups. I've been here before. My plan today is to give you guys an update on some things I've talked with you about in the past. And I'm going to give a couple of introductory remarks, and then we're going to show a video that's going to give you an update of our drone program, the First Eyes drone program that we've talked to you guys about. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Genesis. First off, I want to tell you, one of the things I've talked about in the past is a thing called Tyler Innovation Pipeline, which several of us have had the privilege of helping get going here in Tyler. Diane and her husband have been very involved there. And it's downtown. If you haven't heard of it, it's a full-time makerspace. I'm going to tell you one story that's going to take about 90 seconds. Someone asked me, what's your measure of success for Tyler Innovation Pipeline? I said, well, the next Elon Musk stands up and says, I got my start at Innovation Pipeline. Well, we have our own mini Elon Musk. There was a guy that showed up and started messing around with our 3D printers on our software because his mother has neuropathy. She had problems punching out the pills in the blister packs. So he sat down, designed, 3D printed 27 different iterations of a pill popper to help her out. And just about 2 weeks ago, he was issued his US patent for that. So we're so proud of this guy, and he'll be making some news about it, I'm sure. We're going to be doing some stories at Innovation Pipeline. That's kind of what we do. We look for fostering those ideas and giving these young minds and older minds the place to actually create something, and the assistance and the training to actually create all the way from product idea all the way through marketing, and even help with getting patents, just with connections. We as Innovation Pipeline are going to be hearing some new things. We're actually going to do a full-fledged membership program. We're going to be looking for patron level, which just means like a sustaining member, all the way through a high level, which means you can come in and use any of the equipment at any time that we're open. So it's going to be great. So we may be reaching out again to Rotary groups and other organizations to help with that. So let's see, that took care of that. Now, Genesis, I was asked, what does Genesis do? That's the big sign up there that says Genesis. Let me kind of explain what Genesis is. We are 50 people strong here in Tyler, Texas. We have an office in London with 3 people. At our core, we do software for first responders. We have about 15 or 20 different products, and our customers usually start with the city of, the county of, the state of, the province of, and in about 6 cases, the nations of, mainly in Europe, where they have two-way communication networks. Our software sits behind it. So as John said, we've done work with and for Motorola for many, many years. They've built tremendous two-way communication networks, some which are nationwide networks. But they never put what we call a good dashboard on it so that they can tell at a glance what's going on. We built that dashboard as Genesis. We did it about 30 years ago, and we've just improved and updated from there. And we've actually created several new products. We have a product. Anybody here ever use Waze as a navigation tool? Okay, that's pretty good. So you understand it's a crowdsourced navigation tool. It lets you know what's going on with traffic because of Wazers that use it. We know on average 4.5 minutes ahead of 911, 40% of the time, about accidents that are on the highways because of our connection to Waze. We pump that information into the 911 centers. You're going to see a little bit about that on the screen on this video. This first video is going to be 8 minutes long. And the cool thing is, we said, let's find a way to use that 4.5 minutes to save lives and save time. FCC has said if we can shave 1 minute off of every 911 call in America, it's equivalent to saving 10,000 lives. That's pretty stunning. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that with the product that we're going to show you here. We're very much going along with the First Eyes product, but let me come back to Genesis just for a second. So that's one of our products. It's called Genesis Pulse. It resides in the 911 centers. We have a bunch of customers around the United States. We're about to have probably double that within the next few months. We added a little piece into it for COVID so that we get a feed from entities like NetHealth and others, and we can put on dots on the map for our first responders only of where there are COVID hotspots so that they know before they go in how they need to respond. Situational awareness is the word that we're going to use over and over through these videos and other things. Situational awareness. What's going on before our responders get there? One of our latest products that we have is called eBonds. And eBonds is a piece of software. I've never gone to jail, at least on purpose. But apparently when you go to jail, you can bond out of jail. And as I understand it, bonding out of jail is operating the same way it's operated for 100 years. Well, we've come up with a pretty cool way in conjunction with the Smith County to automate that process and make it where it's actually touchless, where the bondsmen don't even have to come to the jail. And it's a product, again, it's a product called eBonds, and we're rolling that out right now. We just hired a great gal who has worked for Smith County for a number of years, and she is helping us market that. We're going to be starting with the state of Texas for our 254 counties, I believe it is, and then rolling out to the rest of the United States. So that's a quick update on Genesis, who we are today with an IZ. First Eyes, its goal is to take advantage of this 4.5 minutes that we know about incidents ahead of 911 to promote situational awareness for our first responders. This is a video we put together recently, and it's about 8 minutes long, and so at the end of it, we're going to switch over to a little bit of a PowerPoint. I'm going to dive into that just a little bit with you, and we should have plenty of time for questions and answers, okay? So, roll it. Hi there, I'm Phil Burks. We're excited, and for this in the next few minutes, we're going to tell you an amazing story about how technology came together to save lives, and save lives. And we decided that we wanted to create a lot of technology for our first responders. We have over 1,500 customers nationwide, worldwide as well, over 900 of those are public safety customers. We have an office in London, one in Melbourne, Australia, and one in Latin America. From here at the Genesis Group, we have created some amazing software products for responders with what's called situational awareness. One of our products that we created to help with situational awareness is called Genesis Pulse. And Genesis Pulse ties into 911 CAD systems, that's computer-aided dispatch systems. Through a partnership with Waze and Rapid SOS, we provide a more efficient way to dispatch ambulances, fire trucks, and other first responders to these all-important scenes. It's been proven that shaving time off of responses saves lives. So we figured out a way to dispatch ambulances and fire trucks and other first responders as quickly as possible. Well, then we thought, why can't we dispatch drones the same way? And so First Eyes was born. First Eyes is an end-to-end solution which works for several industry use cases. But for the sake of simplicity, let's look at how it works for the public safety. What's happening at a scene before they get there? What's the severity? If it's a fire, how many trucks do we need? Do we respond from the north or the south or the east? All of these questions are instantly answered by information that we can provide by a First Eyes drone system within minutes, often before the first responders are even able to arrive at the scene. So for that to work, you need a fully autonomous solution. You need a drone that can deploy quickly by dispatchers. You don't have the time to wait for a pilot to be available and then grab a drone, prepare to fly. First responders need to be out there doing what they do best and do it fast. And of course, to have an autonomous drone ecosystem, you need a port. We have what they call the first port. It's designed and manufactured here in the United States. It's owned by First Technologies. It's our creation. It is the coolest thing in the world. It has an HVAC unit in it to keep batteries hot or cool, whatever is needed at the time. It has a contact-based charging system, so when the drone lands, you don't touch a battery. It automatically charges. It has sensors inside and out, so the temperature, humidity is. It has cameras on the inside and out. It has a weather station, as you can see behind me. It has all kinds of things to be able to autonomously allow the drone to operate without anyone touching it. And as a side note, we are excited to announce that the first port was named an AUVSI Excellence Awards second place winner for technology and innovation. I am so proud of our port team that has designed and developed and built this product. The port is easily modified to accommodate most of the small UAV. However, we have two products that work seamlessly out of the box in our ecosystem. First is our quadcopter, which brings over 40 miles an hour forward speed and over 40 minutes of flight time. Its unique motor design and its 24-inch propellers offer the ultimate in quiet flight. And of course, we have lots of other things on the bird, including a parachute system that works extremely well, a thermal camera, a visual camera, and an encoding that allows for augmented reality overlay. It's called First Quad, and you can certainly get to a scene first and fast with this multi-rotor. And if your situation calls for it, we have even more coverage and speed available to you with our hybrid VTOL called First Wing. First Wing clocks over 60 miles an hour forward flight and about an hour of flight time at that speed. You'll notice the wider wingspan needed for longer flights and loitering. These wings fold in order to allow things, including elevated air saver for hazardous gases, a parachute, thermal camera, with RGB video, and a 911 dispatchers 4.5 minutes sooner than when someone would have typically called in on the phone. The dispatcher sends the ambulance on the drone at the same time that has the oversight over medical helicopters, gives a thumbs up or thumbs down to the port opens, the drone is in, and then the drone takes off. All of that just happened in hundreds. It's going to the incident and will cover, or it is our VTOL project. You'll see it's landing now. We have done over 1,000 test missions so far with this port and quad, and the landing accuracy is consistently accurate. Now, because the port knows that the drone has landed safely, it's automatically going to lower the platform and connect. And contact-based charging means, but also now that the quad is landed, it can dump the high-resolution footage from the onboard SD card while it's charging.
Well, that's about it. Thanks so much for joining us and taking your time to learn more about First Eyes, a solution that's going to change the world by saving time, saving money, and saving lives.
Wow.
So that in 8 minutes tells you all about First Eyes. Now, not to be undone, we're going to switch over to a PowerPoint presentation. If you will do that for us. Appreciate it. And there you go. And I'm going to show you just a little bit. We have a partnership. Of course, to do anything, it's a smart way to do things. We have a partnership with a company here in Tyler called NacForge. NacForge, you may know, was the first internet company in Tyler. Two guys, or three guys actually started that. One was, the two of the names I can remember are Jeff Strout and Lou Farrow. And Jeff Strout has NacForge, has an office here in downtown and an office in Chennai, India, with about 80 employees up there. Jeff is a partner with NacForge in our whole solution. We also have a partnership with, on the right-hand side, a company called Hush Aero. And Hush has a NASA-level design they've sold, and in fact, they just sold the solution system to NASA for flying at Langley recently. And we have patents to back it all up, and of course, Genesis is very much involved. I'm going to spin through this pretty quickly, but this is really the core of what we talked about. If your home was on fire with your family trapped inside, that's just a scenario. What if we could be there first and show your house and the best path to your family while the responders are on the way?
Well, we can do that with our technology. We have. This is that 10,000 lives quote that I was telling you. This was a study that was done in Seattle by one of the reasons we exist. So we know the problem. Safety, public safety has a consistent need to save more lives. We need to get responders there smart. And we also by costing lives. Our solution is our First Eyes
highway accidents, fires, emergencies, situations where every second counts and lives hang in the balance. Response time simply can't be fast enough. Until now, introducing the ultimate tool, Eyes drone system. Puts eyes on the scene almost immediately, so emergency personnel can respond faster, be better informed, and save more lives. 911 dispatchers deploy mission-ready drones from strategic locations with a click of a button. Powered by Genesis Pulse, many lives can launch even before 911 calls are received. Flying to the scene at over 60 miles per hour, it sends the First Eyes drone system gives eyes to first responders. Seconds saves lives. First Eyes.
We call that the pitch video, elevator pitch video, and this is the real of it. So many different companies are doing just animations, but we wanted to show our people that watch this that it is real. You've already seen this in the other video, but the way she goes. I'm gonna see, we should end. Let's go there. So we've talked about first responders. That's one of our. That's one of our vertical markets. That's the logical one. It's the one that everybody understands to help save lives. We have another market, and that is campus security. When we say campus security, it doesn't just mean college campuses or the classic sense. It's amusement parks. It's manufacturing campuses. As you can see up there, there's a list of sports complexes. Anything that has a large footprint. We have a great communication with a group called Fermilab. Anybody ever heard of Fermilab? Yeah, Fermilab has an accelerator and a large 6,000 acre campus outside of Chicago. They do all kinds of physics stuff out there, and they need an automated way to look over their campus. How about prisons? How about we can automatically do the borders of prisons. We can fly to incidents within prisons, so campus security. Hazardous inspections. Did you know there's over 2,000 super large, gigantic size hazardous waste dumps in the United States, all which have to be monitored by EPA standards? How well do you think those are being monitored? Not so well. We have a way that we can automate this, which by standards, they have to measure every 50 feet. I think it's basically a once a quarter rotation. We can do it in container yards, ports, all these things. We get FAA to the flight laws that we said gives a thumbs up or thumbs down. That's the same person that helps them dispatch medical helicopters. It's waste, and then the drone deploys, flies, comes back and lands. I don't think we said it very well in there, but the landing is totally off and landing. And the quad that we have, it's super quiet. Those props on that thing are 24 inches long. I would love to sit down and show you automatically landing right on that hockey puck there in the middle of that seat. But I don't think I have the capability here, so I'm just going to sit down before we end. And we're going to sit past Jonathan's comments. We've got a guy, Jonathan Alcall. It's actually a neglect, because we have technology to be able to do things and not put people in harm's way. And the technology is so good these days that we can do it safely. As John said, this is just a summary of who Genesis is. One of the other things that we didn't mention too much, we talk about ways, but there's a thing called Rapid SOS. If you now, the only address that shows up is the main address for Green Acres. It has no idea where I am. Rapid SOS does. It can locate you within about 50 feet. The benefit for you is if you're at your home, you're in your backyard and you have a grandchild or a child that's drowning, and you call 911, but then you drop your phone because you got to go take care of the child, they will come to your front door. So there's our advantages. We have an autonomous end-to-end solution, launchable from 911, all made in the USA, which is a significant thing. Thank you very much for that affirming comment. And we do have access to federal funds. Some of the cool names that are involved, be. But there's one over there, General Wesley Clark, if you've ever heard of him. I think he ran for president, didn't make it, but he's involved. I've talked to him several times and kind of out on the ground. We don't know him, but he's a Hollywood agent. He's an advisor for us.
This is amazing, what you just outlined. In a town the size of Tyler, okay, they got a new system. How many of those launching modules would you need to control the entire system?
So, there's some bad sides to it, but it can. There's actually one company that's doing artificial intelligence to look at the distance. Their market, we are still pre-revenue. We are in a Series A raise right now. And if anybody has an extra 10 million sitting around by about June of 21.
Good, one last question. You mentioned that the FAA.
Thank you, Phil, for coming in and speaking to us today. John, thanks for lining up all these great speakers. Hang around for a few minutes. Jeff, as I mentioned, Jeff Johnson's not here today, the treasurer for 2021. The nominating committee has put together a slate of officers. I apologize if I'm doing this in the wrong order, but I'm going to just say who they've nominated, but we'll still accept nominations from the floor up until the end of November. For secretary, Marla Boren, for treasurer, Tom Seal, and for president nominee, Chris McClary, which he just walked out the door, so he must have known I was going to do this. So, but we do hold the nominations open until the end of November, and then we'll do a vote in December if need be. Speaking of voting, we received some recognition that South Tyler Rotary received from the district, and one of those came down the foundation dollars that we donated. So I put in the bulletin this week, and I just want to encourage, we have a fundraising goal to raise $125 per member for the foundation. It's $100 for the Rotary Fund, or you can do them online if you'd like to as well. Any other announcements from the floor? All right. Well, Nick, good luck tomorrow. In case you don't know, we have 2 candidates in our midst. Well, one's not here today, but Nick Messina is running for City Council District 4, and of course Don Warren is running for mayor. So we may have 2 very important people on our club after one. So, anyway. Pardon me?
Very good. Good. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
I will be calling you again.
We'll update it as we go.
All right. Looks like you made a lot of progress.
It's a lot of progress, John. And it's not, I say it's like meeting elephants. It's done with snorting, running at high levels of intensity.